Welcome back. My name is Tanner, and if you're new here, I'm your typical CPA who's striving to live a healthy and balanced lifestyle while working in public accounting. To quickly recap my last few videos, I first outlined 4 tips that I think are important to live a happier and healthier busy season. Then in my last video, I covered tip number 1 on the importance of planning ahead in order to increase your productivity with the purpose of saving that all precious time during busy season. That then takes us to this video right here, where I'll cover tip number 2 on the importance of setting a personal goal during busy season and why you should be communicating it in order to hold yourself accountable. Basically, everybody that I work with, I ask them this one question, especially at the beginning of busy season, and that is, what is one personal goal that you have outside of work that you're currently striving towards? If all that you're focused on for the entire length of busy season is work, then it's going to be a brutal couple of months for you. It's not uncommon to meet people who seemingly have no outside interest because they're just so focused on work. The problem is, for a vast majority of people, is that the work that they're doing on a daily basis isn't that enjoyable, which aka might be some of us in the accounting profession. And by focusing solely on your job, you're missing out on a crucial element of a fulfilling life and career, and that's personal goals. When I say personal goals, I don't mean goals like I'm going to try and increase my engagement margin. I'm talking about goals that have nothing to do with work. These goals could be as simple as reading more, or be more ambitious like learning a brand new language. It's the type of goals that enriches your life, helps you develop new skills, and gives you a sense of purpose outside of your job. As an insurance manager at a Big 4 accounting firm, I do take my job seriously, however I do not let it run my life. I've been highly competitive when it comes to athletics, and I've always been like this since I was a kid. And currently to this day, I still have this passion and drive. Given that I have not played on a competitive sports team since high school, I now focus this drive on a new sport for myself of obstacle course racing. I've also picked up an interest in video editing and creating this YouTube channel this year. It's highly unlikely I'll be using either of these hobbies in my day-to-day role as an auditor. In today's workaholic culture, many people think personal goals can be a waste of time. I mean, to be honest, a fancy medal from an obstacle course race probably isn't going to help me get that next promotion. But the reality isn't so black and white. Your personal goals don't exist within a vacuum. They have the potential to lead you to a more happier life and a more fulfilling career and lifestyle. Some people tend to think that their work and their personal life live within different silos. To do better at work and advance their career, they believe that they have to sharpen their focus on their job and reduce the time they spend on their personal activities. Studies suggest that people with hobbies tend to perform better, recover faster from their work, and are less susceptible to burnout. When you invest time into your personal goals, that happiness then carries over into your work. And that long, difficult day at work can seem much easier if it feels like you're making progress in other areas of your life. Pursuing hobbies and interests is what makes you a well-rounded person. Your personal life and your work life aren't completely separate. Just about everyone can set goals that are personal in nature, but do have some application to the work that they do. I like to refer to these as combination goals. For example, one of my combination goals is enhancing my analytical capabilities through the use of end-to-end data analytic platforms and data visualization software. I have a decent amount of experience with it, but it would be a stretch for me to say I'm an expert. This area is honestly something I'm very much interested in, and it can easily be translated into the work that I do. I'm also a competitive obstacle course racer, primarily for the enjoyment of it. However, the benefits of increased mental toughness and improved situational awareness does pay off. I choose to do it because the goal of mine is to get better in the sport, not because I expect to make a living off of it. Combination goals that involve aspects of your personal and professional development are often the best ways to keep learning, as they provide twice the motivation. You're never wasting time by pushing yourself to learn something new. Setting personal goals is often underrated by those who don't understand their true power. But if you choose to set some yourself, I guarantee it'll change the way you look at your career and personal development. Now the next piece is communication. So like I said before, something I ask everyone on the team that I work with is what their personal goals are for that busy season. I'll then have a team member write down the personal goal of each team member so that it can be visual to everyone on the team. We will keep this visual for the entire length of busy season so that maybe twice a week during dinner, we can go around the room and ask each other how our personal goals are going. This further acts as a way to encourage each other to continuously making strides towards their goals. So if part of your goal is to be able to work out after dinner, then you better bet that I'm going to be pushing you out the door, or now, get you offline, so that you can get your workout in. With so many of us working from home this year, I encourage you to have communications with the people that you work with closely and have open discussions about the personal goals that each of you have. I also encourage you to have these goals outlined somewhere online for everyone to see. The reason I like to communicate my goals is that if we aren't, it's easy to get lazy on your goals since no one knows what you're actually trying to achieve. If other people know your goals, then you don't want to disappoint them as well and show them you're giving up on the goals that you have. And now it's time to put my money where my mouth is, and that is to communicate my personal goal for 2021 busy season. I'll first share some of my past busy season personal goals and how these goals have continuously been able to progress me upward. In 2017, at the beginning of busy season, I had the goal to run my very first obstacle course race. And that's exactly what I did at the end of March that year, by racing the Houston Spartan Sprint Race. In 2018, I had the goal to complete my first Spartan Beast race, which is over 13 miles and 30 obstacles. I ended up completing that race in that spring by racing at the Ohio Spartan Beast Race. In 2019, I had a much bigger goal in mind to complete my first Spartan Ultra race, which is about 31 to 34 miles in length and over 60 obstacles. This goal I did not complete right after busy season, but continued to work towards over the course of the summer. But that fall, I accomplished my goal and completed the Carolinas Spartan Ultra race. Then in 2020, my goal was to race in the Spartan US National Series. However, given the pandemic, I was never able to attempt this goal, given that the races were canceled. So now that takes us to the 2021 busy season. So with races still very much a question for next year due to the pandemic, I decided to set a goal that I can be able to attempt no matter what. I believe as of right now, my personal record for a trail half marathon is 1 hour and 59 minutes and change. So my goal for this year by the end of busy season, which will likely be sometime in April, is to be able to run a trail half marathon in under 1 hour and 50 minutes. That might be a bit of a stretch to try and decrease my time by 10 minutes or 7.5%. However, as outlined in my last video, I have a plan in place to make that goal a reality. If you have your own personal goals this coming busy season, take that first step and communicate them in the comments below. Let's hold each other accountable to achieving our personal goals and living a happier and healthier busy season. If you found this video helpful, please consider sharing it, as well as hit that like button. Also, hit that subscribe button and that little notification bell to ensure you catch my next video. Otherwise, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.